दोस्तों पिछले 7-8 महीनों से जिस एग्जाम का हम वेट कर रहे थे उसका नोटिफिकेशन आ चुका है और आपने अपने पिछले 6-8 महीनों में जो भी तैयारी की है अब उसको टेस्ट करने की बारी है। तो दोस्तों आप लोगों के लिए 3 फ्री टेस्ट मैं लेकर आ रहा हूं जो कि 29 ऑफ नवंबर से स्टार्ट होने वाले हैं। एसबीआई पीओ प्रीलिम्स लेवल के काफी अच्छे लेवल के क्वेश्चंस जो कि मैंने खुद ही सेट किए हैं आप लोगों के लिए, ताकि आप लोगों को एक परफेक्ट एग्जाम लेवल का टेस्ट मिल सके। और इस 20 मिनट के टेस्ट के बाद आप लोगों का एनालिसिस होगा, लाइव एनालिसिस, और वो एनालिसिस भी मैं ही करूंगा उन क्वेश्चंस का। तो दोस्तों अगर आप ये टेस्ट सीरीज अभी तक आप लोगों ने एनरोल नहीं किया है तो जरूर इस चीज को एनरोल कीजिए, क्योंकि ये जो टेस्ट सीरीज है ये बिल्कुल फ्री है सभी के लिए। 3 ही टेस्ट है दोस्तों, लिंक आपको नीचे डिस्क्रिप्शन में मिल जाएगी, जरूर एनरोल कर लीजिएगा अभी के अभी। लेट्स क्रैक इट
Guys, enroll the free test for SBI PO Prelims, and for enrolling, download the Unacademy app and enroll. If you're a first time Unacademy user, please use the coupon code Annie to enroll the tests absolutely for free. And also, if you want to subscribe to Unacademy Plus, you can use the coupon code Annie to get a 10% discount. The links are given in the description box, guys. Go to the link and enroll the free test for SBI PO Prelims. See, not many days are left for your SBI PO, and I'm sure all of you have already started giving your mocks, okay? So here you are getting mock test absolutely for free, and also you're getting analysis along with it. So you should not miss it, okay? When you are getting something for free, a good content for free, don't miss it. Download the app and start utilizing this opportunity, okay? Now we will solve this reading comprehension. So, 2 steps forward and 1 step backwards has been the sordid tale of women's protection in India. Sordid, the meaning of sordid is bad, dirty. Okay, dirty or sad, we can say. Now, this means that 2 steps forward. If in case of women's protection, if we take 2 steps forward, that is, if we make a progress of even 2 steps, then we actually, after that, we go back 1 step. That is, there is almost no real progress in women's protection. Okay, but the recent rape of a young woman in Uttar Pradesh, Hathras, and her hurried cremation has turned the clock back on even this unfortunate legacy. Legacy means what? Heritage. Something that goes on for many years, okay? So, recently, a young woman was raped at Hathras in Uttar Pradesh, and after the rape took place and after the woman died, the victim was cremated hurriedly in a hasty manner. She was cremated by the authority, and this turned the clock back, which means what? Not even 1 step backwards. We took several steps backward in this incident, okay? So we took several steps backward, that is 2 steps forward and 1 step backward. This is what we were doing, but now we took several steps backward. That is, this incident is even more unfortunate regarding women's protection. After being assaulted by a group of 4 men, now this woman was assaulted, was tortured by a group of 4 men. Now, then the victim succumbed. Succumbed means what? Died. The victim died as she was not given sufficient medical attention because she did not receive proper treatment, proper medical attention, and also the case was ignored by the police. Okay. Then, India already has a reputation that at short intervals a woman is raped in the country, out of which a majority are from the lower castes. So, India has such a reputation that people know that in India, a woman is raped probably every minute. That is at short intervals. So, women are raped frequently in India, and among these women, among these victims, a majority is from the lower castes. Okay, in the very least, the Hathras incident has exposed a deep feudal mindset that borders on animal tendencies. No woman can feel safe unless there is a thorough change in our attitude. So the Hathras incident has exposed, that is, it has brought forward an archaic, an old mindset of people, and it also shows that human beings have animal tendencies. Okay, no woman can feel safe. So we women, we cannot feel safe unless the attitude of the society changes. Okay, the behavior of the society should change for us, for women to feel safe. What we really need to do as a society is jointly reflect on fundamental changes to the system that are needed, whereby women feel safe anywhere and at any time. So as a society, we should bring some changes to the system so that women can feel safe at any place and at any time. That is, even a woman should feel safe even at night 11 p.m. alone, and at any place a woman should feel safe. Okay, such changes should be brought in the society, in the system. This strengthening must begin at the grassroots, that is, at the basic level. Okay, by creating awareness and infrastructure. That is, grassroots means what? Grassroots means among the common people, even among the illiterate, among the uneducated, then among the police, who are actually not who are not actually officers, but even the grassroots level workers, even the grassroots level police should be aware, and infrastructure should also be there for protecting a woman. Everybody and anybody should be able to reach women's protection officers. So there should be women protection officers, and everybody and anybody can reach them whenever they need, be it through helplines or direct contact. It can be through helplines. We can be able to reach, or we should have direct phone numbers of these officers. Okay, now from these two paragraphs you can answer the first question. So let's read the first question here. This is the first question. Which of the following statements about the state of women's safety in India is the author likely to agree with? That is, what is the author's view regarding the state of women's safety in India? Okay, India has not made any progress when it comes to women's safety. Can we say that India has not made any progress? No, this is wrong. Why? Because if you look at the first sentence here, it has been given that 2 steps forward and 1 step backwards. This means what? We take 2 steps forward. Okay, we take 2 steps forward. So 2 minus 1, just 2 minus 1, do this. 2 minus 1 is equal to 1, right? So we are getting a positive result. So there has been progress. Okay, so this is wrong. The first one is wrong. Next, any progress made in the field of women's safety is always offset by larger failures. This is correct. This is correct. Why? Because offset means what? It is counterbalanced. It is counterbalanced by larger failures. If you look at the next sentence, the first sentence is 2 steps forward, 1 step backward. From here we can say, and then if you look at the next sentence here, it has turned the clock back on an unfortunate legacy. From here also we can say that option 2 is correct. Okay, 2 is correct. Sentence 2 is correct. Next, there is a pressing need for fundamental changes in the society to ensure women's safety. That is, there is a huge need for fundamental changes in the society. Yes, this is correct. If you look at this part, then here, what we really need to do as a society is jointly reflect on fundamental changes to the systems that are needed, whereby women feel safe anywhere and at any time. From this sentence, we can say that we need fundamental changes in the society to ensure women's safety. So this is also correct. So your answer is both 2 and 3. Okay, option B. Let's look at the next question here. Which of the following has not been suggested by the author as a step towards making women feel safe? So author has suggested a few steps for making a woman feel safe, and which of the following are not among them? Making changes at the grassroots level by creating awareness and infrastructure. This has been mentioned here. This has been mentioned. Where is it? Here. Grassroots. Strengthening must begin at the grassroots by creating awareness and infrastructure. So this is correct. This point is given, right? Next, make sure women's protection officers can be reached by anybody. This is also given. Let's go to the passage. Yes, women's protection officers whenever they need should be able to reach women protection officers whenever they need, and anybody should be able to reach. Okay, so from here this is also given, right? Now let's look at the next one. Next sentence, ensuring active patrolling of unsafe neighborhoods. We have to read the next paragraphs. Read the next paragraphs to know whether the sentence is given or not. Empowering citizens to intervene when they witness any crime against women. For this also we need to read. Ensuring medical help in all instances of violence against women. For this also we need to read. Okay, now let's read the next paragraph. The contact numbers of such officials should be so prominent that nobody can miss them at all. In turn, the government must empower citizens sufficiently so that they no longer remain mute spectators and are in a position to intervene to ensure facilities for lodging the first information report or FIR and medical help in all instances of violence against women. The meaning is that such officials, that is women's protection officers, these officials, the contact numbers of these officials should be so prominent. It should be so prominent that nobody can miss them at all. Okay, that everybody should be able to contact them. The government should also give power to the citizens so that instead of being mute spectators, that is, instead of being silent while the crime is happening, or just watching or just lamenting, they are in a position to interfere. Intervene means to interfere, to ensure facilities for lodging the first information FIR, so that they can lodge FIR and also they get medical help in all the instances of violence against women. Okay, they should get medical treatment. Fine. They must play a larger role of advocacy to sensitize our society. So they should be the voice. They should be the voice of sensitizing our society, of creating awareness in our society. Clear guidelines will need to be issued periodically until the message is hammered home on the approach to law enforcement and investigation on dealing with crime against women. So there should be clear guidance, and this guidance should be issued in regular intervals so that the message is properly fit, it is emphasized, and emphasized on the approach to law enforcement, that what approach should we take on law enforcement and how investigation should be made. Okay, message regarding this should be emphasized. Regular gender sensitization training workshops need to be institutionalized. That is, these training workshops should be established. Gender sensitization workshops should be established. Gender sensitization means what? How one should behave with a woman, how a man should behave with a woman. This kind of sensitization workshops should be there for the police, executive and the judiciary. The highest standards of accountability within the police force need to be established. That is, the police force should be accountable. Accountable means what? They should be answerable. Okay. And failure to follow procedure must result in strict punishment. If any police officer or if any police personnel fails to follow the procedure, then he or she should be punished. Okay. Promotion of officers must be linked to how effectively they have dealt with such issues. So a policeman or woman, a police officer should get promoted only when or a police officer should get promoted only when he has properly dealt with these kinds of sensitive issues, that is regarding women's protection. Courts must ensure that the legal awareness budget is adequately utilized to sensitize men on gender issues and empower women to deal with such crimes. So courts should must ensure that the legal awareness budget is adequately utilized. That court has some legal awareness budget, okay, and this budget, this money should be utilized, should be used to make men aware, about the rights of women, to make men sensitive, to make men educated on how they should behave with women, okay. Then women should also be given training on how they will deal with such crimes, okay, crimes against them, crimes against women. Simultaneously, technological capabilities of our forensic laboratories must be improved. The forensic laboratories lack in technological capabilities, so this should be improved. It is common knowledge that scientifically a rape case requires immediate forensic examination. So whenever a woman is raped, she should be examined immediately. Collection of the semen sample in the first few hours can provide clinching evidence. So semen sample should be collected from the body of the woman in the first few hours of the crime. Such forensic laboratories are needed even in the remote corners of the country. So even in those corners that are not easily accessible, that are away from the main city, even in those places also forensic laboratories should be there. This will enable speedy disposal of cases. So if the forensic laboratories are present, if the laboratories have sufficient technological capabilities, then cases can be easily easily resolved, or cases can be resolved in a fast manner, okay. In the Hathras incident, the absence of a forensic lab near the place of the incident has caused failure to effectively collect and examine forensic evidence, which will later hinder court proceedings. So what happened is that in the Hathras rape incident, the place did not have a forensic lab, and because of this, the forensic evidence could not be collected, okay, and this later hindered means obstructed court proceedings, okay. Police officials have cast doubt over allegations of sexual assault on the victim. So there were allegations, there were complaints that the victim was sexually assaulted, but the police have refused such claims, okay. They have cast doubt on some claims. And why did this happen? Because the police said that semen wasn't found in the body of the victim. Now the thing is that sample collection and delivery to the laboratory took more than a week. It took more than a week. Why? Because the place Hathras did not have a laboratory, okay. That's why it took more than a week. And what happened in this week? What happened during this time? Natural decay. That is semen sample got decayed, okay. So semen was not found. Such lapses underscore the need for the government to provide the latest technology for investigation in order to facilitate speedy conclusion. So these lapses tell us that the government needs the government should provide latest technology to deal with such crimes, okay, okay. Police action in such situations must be streamlined and competence increased through training in new technology as well as gender. So police should also be given new training on new technology, and also training on gender and case sensitive behavior and actions, okay. Perhaps out of frustration, many people have called for capital punishment. Now see here, what has happened in all these paragraphs? What have we seen? Delay in justice, no justice, right? Delay in justice, no justice. These things have happened, okay. And people have obviously got frustrated by looking at this, and that's why they have demanded. Called for means what? Demand. They have demanded capital punishment for rapists. That is, capital punishment means what? The death sentence, okay. But rather than the severity of the punishment, the swiftness of justice is a more effective deterrent. Deterrent means what? Deterrent means something that will deter the criminals from doing the activity. So deterrent is actually deterrent means something that will prevent them from doing such things. Okay, fine, or discourage them. Okay, so swiftness of justice is an effective deterrent, not harsh punishment. Fast track trials must be implemented. That cases should be resolved in a fast way, without fail. In such cases, to ensure justice is not, so that justice is not denied. Despite continued demands from citizens and civil societies, resulting in commissions being set up regarding fast track courts, the situation remains the same. Now, citizens and civil societies have demanded for fast track courts so that cases are resolved faster, but the situation remains the same. Consistent delays dilute evidence. Dilute evidence means what? Lower the importance or lessen the importance. Lessen the importance of the evidence. Okay. Evidence means what? Proof. And thereby the strength of the case also decreases. It also declines. Courts must insist on timely and transparent investigations. Courts must encourage timely and transparent investigations, that is honest investigations, and demand accountability of the officers involved in the case. That is, the officers who are involved in the case should be answerable. An example must be set so that message on rape cases rings out loud and clear across the public institutions involved in criminal investigation. So courts must set an example. They must encourage timely and transparent investigation so that whenever any rape case comes to the court, okay, or any rape case comes up, the public institutions and the officers should be alert. Okay. Public institutions must meet the high expectations for which their established citizens have the right to demand such accountability. Okay, now let's solve the questions. So, ensuring active patrolling of unsafe neighborhood. Active patrolling means what? Active patrolling means जब आप घूम के देखते हैं, when you roam around. Patrolling means roaming around and being watchful. Okay, being watchful. So that is what is called patrolling. Now this is not mentioned. Empowering citizens to intervene when they witnessed any crime against women, ensuring medical help in all assistance of violence against women. Okay, so this is given and this is also given. So let's see where it is given. Empowering citizens to intervene when they witness against any crime and ensuring medical help. So just let's search for this. So, let's look at this part here. Yes, the government must empower citizens sufficiently so that they no longer remain mute spectators and they can intervene to ensure facilities. So, from here we can say empower citizens to intervene. So, the second point is, the fourth sentence is given. Okay, next if we see, if you look at this part, medical help in all instances of violence against women. Okay, from these two, we can say intervene, citizens to intervene, empower citizens to intervene. So this is given. And ensuring medical help in all instances of violence, this is also given. So only this sentence C is not given. So this is your answer. Okay. Now let's go to the next question. According to the passage, what are the direct or indirect advantages of setting up forensic laboratories in remote areas? What are the direct or indirect advantages? It will help in speedy collection and examination of forensic evidence. It will familiarize people living in remote areas with the advancements of science. It will help providing conclusive evidence and thus avoid hindrances in court proceedings. Okay, let's look at this part. Okay. Yes, collection of the semen sample in the first few hours can provide clinching evidence. So it can give us good evidence. Such forensic laboratories are needed even in the remote corners of the country. This will enable, why? Because this will enable speedy disposal of cases. Okay, and in the Hathras case, there was no forensic laboratory and because of which court proceedings were hindered. Right, from these two sentences, we can say that speedy collection and examination of forensic evidence can be done, speedy collection, and also this will give conclusive evidence, thus avoid court hindrances. Okay, court hindrances is given over here, later hinder court proceedings, this one, and speedy disposal of cases. From here we can say that these 2 points are correct, A and C. Okay, point this one, point A and point C. Okay, regarding point B, familiarize remote areas with advancement of science. What is the use of it? Advancement of science, they are not going to take any science test, so this is not needed, this is absurd. Okay, so A and C is your answer, so option D is the correct answer. Next, what ways does the author suggest to improve the investigation process in cases of violence against women? So what are the ways to improve the investigation process? Okay, the government needs to provide the latest technology for investigations. Police personnel need to be trained in new technology. Efforts must be put towards the gender and caste sensitization of the police forces. Okay, now let's move to the paragraph to look at the answer. Okay. Yes, here, if you look at this part, government to provide the latest technology for the investigations in order to facilitate speedy conclusion. So from here we can say that the government needs to provide latest technology for investigation. Okay. Next, police actions in such situations must be streamlined and competence increased through training. So training must be given to police in new technology, that is in latest technology, as well as gender and caste sensitive behavior and actions. So from this we can say that all the sentences are correct. So government needs to provide latest technology, this is correct. Then training in new technology, correct. And gender and caste sensitization, this is also correct. So all 1, 2 and 3. Option D is the right answer. Okay. Next question. What according to the last paragraph can be done to prevent violence against women? According to the last paragraph, according to this paragraph, what can be done? Okay. Fine. Let's read the options. Making provisions for fast-track trials, capital punishment, swift justice, increasing the number of women police officer, increasing the number, setting up greater number of hotline numbers. Okay, fine. Let's see. But rather than the severity of the punishment, the swiftness of justice is a more effective deterrent. So what can be done? Swiftness of justice. Swiftness of justice is your answer here. Okay. So swift justice to victims, this is the answer. Okay. Capital punishment has been demanded by citizens. But the author says that this is not justified, or this is not an effective deterrent, but swift justice or fast justice should be given. Regarding fast track trials, yes, so here fast track trials must be implemented. Now the thing is swift justice for providing, now this is the main aim. See, this is swiftness of justice is the aim, and for providing swiftness of justice, fast track trials must be done. Okay, so this is not the main aim. The main aim is swiftness of justice, and that's why swiftness of justice, that is option C, is your answer. Okay. Next, which of the following phrases can best replace the phrase "the message is hammered home"? The message is hammered home means that the message is emphasized. Elaborated means what? Elaborated means described. Articulated. Articulated means what? Expressed well. Expressed properly, expressed well. Message has reached every home. The message has been delivered. No, the answer is option A. The message is emphasized. Let's look at the paragraph once. They must also play a larger role of advocacy to sensitize our society. Clear guidelines will need to be issued periodically until the message is hammered home on the approach. This means until the message is emphasized. Okay. Next question. Which of the following words is closest in meaning to the word clinching as used in the passage? Okay. So whenever you find these kind of questions, you must go to the passage once to understand. Okay. Clinching. Collection of semen sample in the first few hours can provide clinching evidence. Can provide clinching evidence. So what is the meaning of clinching? Can provide debatable evidence. Debatable means what? Arguable. Something for which you argue. So this is wrong. Can provide circumstantial evidence. Circumstantial evidence means what? Evidence based on circumstances. And this also does not make any sense. Can provide strong evidence, can provide conclusive evidence, can provide clenching evidence. Now, which one is the right answer? Okay. For this, you must understand the meaning of clinching. Clinching means what? Clinching means to conclude. Okay, to conclude. Fine. So, clinching means confirm or conclude. So the right answer is conclusive evidence and not strong evidence. Okay, conclusive evidence. Now what is the meaning of clenching? Clenching means to hold or grasp something tightly. Okay. So here I will end the session. I hope you have enjoyed the session. If you have enjoyed the session, then please hit the like button and also please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Also go to the English playlist. The link is given in the description box. Go to the English playlist and watch all the videos and practice the questions from there. I'll see you again in my next video. Bye.